All right, so we're going to do a quick little run through of how to access your online learning. I'm using Firefox right now, but all these steps will be the same no matter what browser you're using. So if you're using Firefox or Chrome or Internet Explorer or whatever you want to call that thing, it's all the same. First of all, first advice is never to use Google to get to the pages you need to go, because the two pages that you need to go to, often Google will send you to the wrong place and it will not work. It'll look right, but it won't work. So the first place, students are always used to going to my website, mrjrobson.com, and you got to spell it out. It's right there, misterjrobson.com. To get there, you wouldn't search for it. You just type in mrjrobson.com and hit enter, and it'll go directly to my page. Make sure you have the .com on there. You don't have to type in the www or anything like that. Just type in mrjrobson.com. That'll go there. Each class has a page. You just click on whatever class you want, and right at the top, doesn't even matter which one you do because every class has the same links at the top. Only the assignments are different. And then if you want to get to your online learning, you just go to OneDrive login right there. And if you click on that, it will take you directly to a sign-in page for our school division. The other way to do this, to do the exact same job, is just to go to onedrive.com. And again, you want to type it in. You don't want to search for it. OneDrive, I can't even spell it, onedrive.com. And it will take you directly to here, which is the sign-in page. Now, you don't want to sign up. You're already signed up. You want to sign in. So over on the right, you want to click where it says sign in. This page, you're already at the sign-in page. So if you clicked on the link from my website, it'll already be at the sign-in page. But if you go to onedrive.com, you just need to click that sign-in link. To sign in, you have to use your exact computer username. So whatever username you use to sign into a computer. So for example, George Waters would sign in g.waters. So that would be his computer sign-in. Some people have a number after their name, like a 2 or a 1 if there's more than one G Waters, but most people it's just your first initial dot last name. Then you would type at, the little shift and 2, that little at symbol, sjasd.ca. That would be your sign-in. Same thing over here. If you go to the OneDrive sign-in page, you would type in g.waters at sjasd.ca. Same thing. Once you type it in on the OneDrive page, it'll just redirect you to a page that looks kind of like this one that I'm going to show you in a second. On this sign-in page, again, you'll type in the same thing. It'll probably have your username there. So George Waters would sign in g.waters at sjasd.ca. Password, your password is the first 3 letters of your first name with a capital on the first one. So George Waters would type in, here, I'll type it up here just so you can see it. George Waters would type in G, capital G-E-O-W-A-T, and then 3 numbers. So for example, something like that. So obviously that doesn't go there. I'll just type that down here, G-E-O-W-A-T 190, and then I would click sign in. So students will all sign in with their own name, obviously, and they should know the 3 numbers. If anybody has forgotten, you can email me, mrjrobson@gmail.com, and I can remind you what it is. Press sign in, and it'll take you to the right page. Once you click sign in, you'll see a page that looks like this. This just asks you if you want to stay signed in, if you want to make sure that you don't have to log in the next time you come. If you're on your own computer and nobody else uses it, not a problem at all, because nobody else is going to get access to your account. If you're sharing a computer with somebody else and you don't want them to have access, then you would want to click no. Most people on our school computers click yes because they're signed into our own computers. Once we sign out of our account, nobody else can get in there. So it all depends whether you're using a computer that everybody can use or just you. In this case, I'm going to click no, just so I don't stay signed into this account. You can click yes. Once you sign in, many students will see a bunch of files here. These are just files that the student has created and or uploaded. If you want to create documents or work, you can just click new right here, and you can create Word documents, Excel, PowerPoint, all kinds of other stuff. You can also upload work here that you've done previously. So if you have a file that you've created on your computer, you can upload it as well. So those are just personal files. Nobody else can see those. The ones that you want to go to get the information from teachers is under shared. So on the side here, I would just go and click this link that says shared. In here, you should see a number of things. All students are used to going to my folder. Previously, it just had your name on it, but now that other teachers are doing this as well, I changed my folder to be called Comp Lit, Computer Literacy. My particular folder is just for students to hand in work for the most part. You should check that folder though, because I may be dropping some things in there, so you can check in there. But for the most part, for me, it's just to drop off work. The only difference now being if you're doing a Word or a PowerPoint assignment online, you may want to go right into your folder and put it in there when you do it. The only problem with that is that you may not be done when I go and look at it. So you might want to put at the top of your document whether it's done or not done. But if you go in there, you can create a document that I can see right away. But these are all different things. So there's folders for French here in this particular folder. So in this French folder, if I click inside of there, there's just a little link to some information about Duolingo. So this is just a document that Mr. Henderson has created with information about Duolingo. There's also a folder called French Shared Resources, and these are just files that he wants all students to have. So you would go in there to get information or handouts or instructions, that kind of thing. So for French, you might have to check here and here, but if you want to hand in work, it should definitely go in this folder right here. This is where you're going to put your files if you hand anything to Mr. Henderson. And then down here, there's some of these Onenote Notebooks, and if you click on one of those, you'll see that there's different pages and different information that you can explore. Each teacher is going to have different kind of content in there, so don't be afraid if yours looks a little bit different than this one that I'm showing you. But they should all be structured somewhat the same, so there'll be stuff for the class and places to go and work, and you just have to check with each teacher for how to do that. So again, in any of these folders, if you drop something in any of those folders, your teacher will get it right away. In these OneNote notebooks, if you go and do work in there, your teacher will see it right away. But if you're in the My Files section, nobody sees that with you. Nobody sees that except you. So hopefully that helps you to access your online work. If not, please let me know. MrJRobson@gmail.com, Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R, jrobson@gmail.com. Just a reminder that my assignments will be posted in the same spot that they've always been. So if you go to your class and scroll down, you'll find some work there for you as well. Hope everything's working out okay. Hopefully you're all staying safe and clean. And hopefully we'll see each other again real soon.